Hello lovelies, this is Alisha Costanzo and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be finishing reading my first book in my Broken World series and kind of talking about things that I noticed along the way and how I feel about rereading my first published book and what I'm going to do with the next, building up to the fourth in the series, which is Project Inferno, which you guys have been watching me work on and finish and soon to publish and all that stuff. So let's get into it. So if y'all didn't know, the reason you eat pumpkin pie is for all of the whipped cream on top. Yep, I made that and I'm gonna eat it because it's delicious. So hey guys, I am on chapter 19 of Rebirth. I'm finding little things and stuff, which doesn't really bother me. I expected to find little things. I am finding that it does feel a bit rushed, which is one of the reviews that I've gotten on the book on Amazon, and I totally agree, but I don't know how to fix it without major rewrites, and I don't want to do that because I want to keep going, I don't want to move backwards. So I'm thinking about it and wondering if little things might spruce it up or not, and I guess when I go through it again, I'll figure it out. I do get better at my pacing, though, from book to book, which, I mean, we should naturally get better as we write. Series should naturally get better. I haven't had a whole lot of complaints, but most of the people who have read and reviewed my books are either friends or the ones that I got through booking tours for release and stuff like that, so I don't know. Maybe I'm too picky too. I'm not a normal reader, and I know that because people who read a lot tell me all the time, why can't you read that book? And I'm like, because I'm an editor and I see all the things that I don't like and that keeps me from reading. Occasionally a book is able to get away with doing things that I would normally edit the shit out of because of voice. Voice will only get you so far though, and right now I've got voice and I don't know if that's going to carry me or not, so we'll see. We'll see. You can tell how I'm feeling about it by the way my eyes are doing all of that stuff. But I'm on chapter 19, I'm hoping it pulls itself together. I mean, I know that it does in general because I wrote the book and I've read it I don't know how many times, but with the new me, the new knowledge that I have, I hope it all comes together, and I hope when I go back to do some of the light copy editing, proofreading type of things that I've been working on, maybe I can figure out little bits to sprinkle in there to make it not feel so rushed. Maybe that's just because all my chapters are short. I actually prefer short chapters in general. I don't really like a whole lot of heavy scene description. I don't like closed description. I don't like too much character description. I feel like you should just have enough to create a picture in someone's head and not dictate too heavily what it is they see. I know some people are the complete opposite of that. I am more of I want to experience it with my character. And I personally don't pay enough attention to my surroundings, so I think that reflects in Rhea. I don't know. I'm just musing about potential issues and possible rewriting stuff and that type of thing. So, alright. My arm's getting tired, so I'm gonna go back to reading now and watching Make It. Yeah. I'm making it this week. Less than 100 pages left. It looks like I have bed hair. It's ponytail hair, but you know. Anyways, what chapter am I on? I'm on chapter 25 of 39 in Rebirth, and last time I was talking about how it felt like it was rushed in the middle in chapter 5 to, it was on 15, I think, and then after she got captured and put in a cell for, almost a week, it started to smooth out. So I'm wondering if there's little things I can do to help what was happening in that chunk in the beginning, middle-ish stuff. So I'm gonna ponder on that, and I'm hopefully gonna finish reading this today and write some in Project Graves 2, which I did get like 150 words in the other day. Woo, it's better than nothing, right? I need to pick up that writing habit again, but grades are done, so finals are next week, and then I have a month to do my own shit until I start all over again. My last semester. That's scary. Alright, I'm gonna get to work. So it's Tuesday, and I just set all of this up. Yeah, that's about how that's going this week. So, I'm done reading book 1. It took me a long time, but not really, considering I just read a whole book, and usually that takes me a while in general. But you guys should see the amount of just little things that you can't see it very well. Just look all over the place. Things that stylistically in my press that I have learned to catch in writing that I am now catching in this after 6 years. So, I'm trying to decide how I feel about my book and what I want to do with it. And obviously little things are really easy to fix. I'm not going to have too much issue with that. I do have a couple words that I'm going to do searches for like I usually do in my edits, and I'm sure I did it then, but I now know more tricks to get rid of those things. So there's that. The rushing in it's not the first couple chapters, but the like 5 to 12, 14 range, it does feel rushed. I'm still brainstorming things that I'm going to do for that. I figured I'd go in and fix all the other stuff first. And then at the end, there's a couple little bits that I felt like could use another paragraph or a couple lines here and there to kind of draw out the tension and actually make it less rushed. Same issue. My book is very much a cliffhanger ending, even though I tried not to make it so much of a cliffhanger ending. She gets to where she's going, and that's pretty much the end of book 1, because it takes her a while. She goes through a lot of trials to get where she's going. Then book 2 is her introduction to being there and meeting the person who has claimed her. It's called Claimed. 3 is the development of the dynamic of her being in this training facility. And then book 4, the one... Yummy. And book 4 is her attempted escape from this place. In book 5, I've been thinking about book 5. I had a few epiphanies since reading book 1, which was really cool. Like, I was taking notes on my bookmark, and I have 2 of them because I had to change bookmarks. Some of it's notes for the companion that I am trying to create, and some are notes for things to remember to wrap up. And I had an epiphany that I don't know why I didn't know. I probably did know this, and I just hadn't been thinking about it in a while. But in book 1, there's these 2 very clear factions of paranormal creatures. There is the Calampresians, which is the vampire queen, the first vampire. Her name's Fea, and she runs what you'd call the bad guys. And then she also gets the attention of the Assetato, which is Italian for the thirsty, because the so-called queen leader, she's actually not either of those things in reality, but that's the persona that she puts on and the title that she gave herself. But she also captures Rhea and wants her to be on the good guy side, but she's not really all that good, as Rhea discovers. And I don't know, even though I've referenced them quite a bit, and Rhea actually does get to work a little bit with the acetato in the following books, I hadn't thought about their role, Rosalie's, the queen, the acetato queen's role in the last book. I know what Fea's role is, obviously, because she's the big bad and the one that she's going to finally come against at the end, but I hadn't thought about the other one because there's somebody higher up in the acetato that she's going to find that Rhea's going to find in book 5. But Rosalie should still be there, as Andrew as well, the one who actually kidnapped her for his queen and lover. And I'm going to do a story about them at some point. But yeah, I had that epiphany, and while I was reading it to my mom, I realized that somebody I really love is going to die in book 5. I'm trying to think of ways to keep him, but usually when my mind goes, ding, did you know this? I go, well, that's the way that is, and unfortunately for this character, it means his death, although I think it's going to be a meaningful death, and I do know that people on the good side do have to die in something as epic as this is. I also feel like it's a cop-out because, I don't know, as much as I enjoy killing people in my books, I do not enjoy killing my main characters or the people that I like. I mean, I was fine killing a few of those characters because they were bad people, but... Katie, what are you doing behind me? Oh, who's a cute kitty? Hi. So I guess what I'm getting at with all this babbling and kitty petting is that I'm starting to figure out book 5. I'm not so mad about book 1. I think it's actually really good for a first book. As my husband reminded me when I said I'm not mad about it, he's like, why would you be mad? That as you continued writing that you got better. And I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. So, but I'm still proud of my book, and that's an important thing. I do want to make it a little bit better before I try to push this as a complete set, so that is what the hope is. It's not so much saying that I really sucked when I first put this out. I was in a really good place when I first put this out. I had just finished my master's degree, I learned a whole bunch of new skills, and I wanted to finally finish the first book and get on to the next bits of the series, because otherwise I would still be tinkering with it. It had to stop at some point, and so why would I be mad about knowing that it needed an end so I could move on with the story? It's completely fine with me. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm going to work on book 2 this week as I continue my planning for 2020. I'm going to have my next year bullet journal set up as my next video, and I'll also have one for January set up this coming week, and then my traveler's notebooks, I'm going to be setting that up so that everything's ready for January, because crazy shit is that the last couple of weeks, almost the last month, my bullet journal has been a secondary thought to getting things done. I've been so busy that I've just done what I needed to do, and all of my other stuff just kind of went, if you get it done, you get it done, because you only have so much time before you have to give these papers back to students who are sitting there waiting going, help me fix this. And oh my god, I had finals yesterday, and my students are so damn cute. I had a couple of them stay for like an hour or so chit-chatting with me and my husband, and another one that came to work on his paper and just got a hug from another one, and oh, I'm gonna miss most of my students. I have 4 that made it into my Comp 2 next semester, and then I have 3 classes pretty much of new faces next semester. And I always feel this way. I'm always excited to meet new students, but I always miss the students that I had at the end of the semester because they're adorable and we connect, and like I like to treat them as adult people rather than somebody I am saying, do these, think the way that I think, and regurgitate and repeat. And I say, no, give me your damn opinions. I gave you mine. Now... And I showed you how by giving you mine. Now give me yours. And I get to learn a lot about them that way. And I had a student who was telling me all about his love life. And that was just a group of them being kids. It just entertains me so much because I remember what it was like when I was in college and all of the fun that I had alongside with all of the work that goes with it. Because I do remember how much work goes with it. Same amount of work that I put into it every semester too. Or, yeah, it feels a lot like I'm still in college, teaching college, and I have a hair in my mouth. I can feel it. That happened in class one time. It was entertaining because I made fun of myself for it. And I mean, that's the only thing you can do in front of class. Anyways, I'm babbling. Book 1's done. It has a new cover, by the way. Oh my god, I am in love with this thing. You guys want a sneak peek? Hold on, I got one here. Like, oh my god, it's gorgeous, right? Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Okay, and I'm going to be starting book 2. That I've already made some marks in before, apparently, because that's where I stopped last time. But I'm rereading this again, and then I have some short stories I gotta read amongst this before I get to book 3, and then some short stories after that, and then I actually get to read Project Inferno, book 4, again, before it all gets ready to be published January 3rd. Oh my god, it's coming too fast. Oh my god, I don't have that much time. Alright. I'm gonna go get to work before I panic. Well, y'all, I am closing all my circles for 2019, which includes rereading my series, the Broken World series. I have very little time to do it, but I will get it done, and I'm excited. What kind of things are you closing up for 2019? What projects do you want to finish? Tell me about them in the comments below, and also tell me what you've loved about 2019 so far. I have loved being able to rebrand my books. Like, oh my god, I got to work on freelance, which funded my new book covers, and they look so good so far. I can't wait to show you guys the complete set. Anyways, tell me about the fantasticness that comes in reflecting on your year. I would love to hear about that stuff. And I will see you in my next video all about planning for 2020. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.